Alright, you saw it, how it works, and saw it in action. Now I'm going to show you how to take it apart and put it back together, and maybe talk a little bit about the design process. So, first of all, these joints, really simple ball and socket joints that can endure enough stress to be functional, but also can be dislocated with enough pressure. And I'm just kind of going to dub these zipper joints because one thing I noticed was that the easiest way to put them together is kind of to do it like a zipper, where basically you just kind of pop one section in at a time and just work your way down the line. It does take a little bit of pressure, but it's not too challenging. And one thing I will say, if you're using cheap substandard quality PLA, or you have a less than stellar 3D printer, this may be a bit of a problem to print because the tolerances are incredibly fine. And I'm going to talk about this piece in particular. This little mechanism here took me maybe 6 separate revisions before I got the tolerances just right to where I could get this effect. So the key here is obviously that there's enough flexibility that the mechanism will engage, and there's also enough tension that it won't easily just pop back out. I haven't measured this or anything, but it's, I don't know, maybe a pound of pressure. But yeah, believe it or not, just a fraction of a millimeter, just 0.2 millimeter difference on this little prong here is all it takes to make this mechanism completely unusable. And also this angle, if it's at 45 degrees, it won't work. It has to be a little bit less than 45 degrees. But once you get into that sweet spot, it works pretty well. So that was probably the most challenging part of the whole mechanism, was to figure that out. Everything else went pretty smoothly. So these pieces are identical. These pieces are identical. These pieces are identical. And these pieces are identical. So it's 4 parts that makes the whole paper towel roll holder and dispenser. So yeah, what else can I talk about? Oh yeah, so I went through probably 4 different versions of the whole main structure, and mainly the difficulty there was getting things to line up perfectly and nest perfectly so the whole thing would fold up into a neat little package. And as you saw in the video, it basically folds up right against the wall, and that was sort of the intention of the design. So like if you're not using it, you can just fold it up almost flush with the wall. Secondly, packaging and like just transport or whatever, it fits into this nice little package. Third, it fits well on the build plate, while a full-size paper towel roll, this is actually too big for a lot of build plates, so having it in this modular form factor actually makes it easier to print. And last of all, like, mainly I just thought it was cool, you know, just really cool to have a fully collapsible paper towel roll holder. Now this is for a contest on printables.com, and hopefully I'll have a link and a model that you guys can download within the next couple of days from there. And then you guys can print out your own version and see how well it works. Let me know if there's any, serious design defects, because my 3D printer is pretty high end, so I tend to have these like extremely precise prints with very small tolerance problems, and that of course is an interoperability issue for some people. So I'd really appreciate any feedback in terms of complications that might individually arise. So yeah, this was a real learning experience. When I first started this, I was like, oh, a paper towel roll holder, that's a piece of cake. This will be so easy, but it wasn't. So thanks for watching.